All right, let's get this going. This is What's Up, Dave. This is my, well, for this week, another daily stream. I was hoping to do these in the morning, but I am still suffering from extreme schedule sleeping weirdness. Can't fall asleep. When I do fall asleep, I wake up late, keep falling asleep. Not sure what it is. It could be diet related because I am on this low carb diet, and I haven't figured out the balance of it yet. How many carbs I need to eat, how few I need to eat. So today was originally supposed to be the day where I started the new regimen. The new regimen was to go to the gym in the morning, get 15 minutes of cardio, get the blood flowing, and then at least 15 minutes, and then just jump into the work for the day for an hour or two, and then kind of coast down the rest of it while maintaining the diet plan that I had started maybe, I think this is the 4th week of it. But the sleep thing has kind of screwed me up. And also the doctor appointment I had this afternoon, which I woke up for just in time. And that's pretty much it. So what I'm facing right now is, okay, today has been kind of a complete wash as far as getting anything done that I wanted to get done. And it's like everything is a distraction. This cat is a distraction with his big fluffy butt. If I look at my email, there's just things that people want from me or trying to sell stuff to me. There's WordPress security updates every single day. People just, like there's a lot of interactions and engagements with people that seem to be draining rather than energizing. So I'm kind of feeling, I think, overwhelmed by it all. And I need to maybe take a step back from it. But the first thing I'm going to try to do is actually, I think, just use this rest of this day as a reset thing. Instead of trying to get in a few hours of work down and then ending up going to sleep at 3 or 4 a.m., I'm just going to coast the rest of the day and try to get good and sleepy. Maybe I will go to the gym, but just not worry about anything else. I can take the time to do this leeway, and then also just trying to come to a point where just the sheer number of things that I have just bothering me. It's just everything is annoying me right now. I get a Shopify email about oh, do you know about our new feature? And then like dozens of other people just trying to sell me stuff. Along with all the security warnings, and this thing is out of date, and this is out of date, and you're going to update this, and this is approaching end of life, so you need to do this. On top of dealing with the ridiculous healthcare system, and how many times I need to refill out the same medical history for these places. It's just kind of pissing me off. So maybe today is a take a deep breath day. But before we do those, just take a look at some of the things I've got going on. Monitoring the stream over here. Where am I going to look? Let me look at the Quiver notebook just to scan this. I was writing down some dream stuff, recurring dreams. This is the reboot week. I'm not going to even deal with this today. Let's talk about other things. One cool thing was this Sunday I went down with my friends Sarah, and Jeff to see this event in Boston where there was a pop-up exhibition of small manufacturers that made things in America. So they're basic craftspeople who were just making clothing, making stuff that you ordinarily would see being made overseas and sold for much cheaper. But these were artisan craftspeople who were trying to build something that they thought were cool. I don't remember the name of the event. It was American Fields, something like that. Let me see if I can find it. American Fields. Move around. Damn it, cat! Ugh, it's so close to. Just so on the edge. Just everything is very irritating today. It's not the cat's fault either. American Fields. AmericanField.us. They had the world's worst registration system. Basically, it's so I went to this thing. So they have these events in which they gather a whole bunch of a curated selection of the best emerging and innovative brands. It's a celebration of trade. And so I did get some stuff. So if I switch over to this view and bring this camera over here, I can take a look at those. Look at some of these things. Zoop. Let's just set that up like this. This is like a foot mask thing that I got from Ulta. My sister turned me on to these things. They're like, I have really like pretty badly calloused feet. At least I think so. And so that one worked out pretty well. So there were a few manufacturers there that I thought were cool. I got these socks. This was from some woman who apparently gone to art school, but her business thing was like she really loves socks, and she found a place that's in Falmouth, Massachusetts, I think, that still made them, and has these designs and manufacturers. So she said that these were the greatest socks ever, and so I was willing to take a chance to see what those are going to be like. And this is the card that came with it. It has like the sock story on it. Oh, this socks actually has a theme on it. The name of the patterns. Oh, it's the mill is in Reading, Pennsylvania, actually. A former hosiery setting. So these socks are knit there. And she can work closely with the wonder people who turn her socks, their designs into real socks. She was so excited. Kate T. Williamson, owner and designer, this night. So I just thought it was cool. And then there's this manufacturer. I think these guys are out of Maine. So they make this called a Zutility tool. This one's a wallet comb, and since I'm trying to grow my hair out to see how long it gets, I figured I would get this. The thing that surprised me when I picked this up, it's this piece of metal, and you can see inside this case. And I was expecting it to be this flimsy, nasty feeling stuff, but this is really strong tool steel, and I was impressed by the rigidity and stiffness of it. This is all laser cut too, and the laser edges are nicely cleaned up. This is like a really nicely inexpensive machine piece of gear that you could keep in your wallet. There's a bottle opener, a Phillips screwdriver. Oh, it's an iPhone kickstand? Really? No, this can't be really. A chip clip? These must be other things they make. No, they can all do all this? I don't understand how this does it. There's how does this work as a as a bottle opener? Phillips key screwdriver. How does the iStone kickstand work? Maybe you use it. There's the bottle opener. There's the wrench. It's a comb. You roll it, pinch it, and pack it. Oh, this is the chip clip here. This weird little thing you just slide the bag in. I wonder what these are. So, and these are cool. I thought that they were doing interesting things in the area. Then there was this guy who was making Luke's Toy Factory. This is a truck. You can see it's an eco-friendly toy made in America. Made from 30% reclaimed wood fiber and safe clean for a silky smooth feel. Paint free. So this is the guy actually. The makers there were actually there at the show running these little booths, and he loved these toy trucks. And the cool thing about this is injection molded stuff. And I was talking to the guy's dad. It's like a family affair of a company. So Luke is the designer. His dad was there, like handling other stuff. Apparently, his sister is a graphic designer and so forth. But it's a truck that comes apart. These are all injection molded by a company that they work with in the United States that I think makes balls. And I know you can really see this like in the camera, but the detailing of this is lovely. I just love these clean, crisp edges. And like there's this little box. The colors are wonderful. You can see, I'm not sure you can see this, but there's like a slight texture. You can kind of see the texture in the material itself. It's more apparent on this green one. But this is just the material like I loved. And then these open up. And like the crisp edges like are all over the place. There's a little bit of flashing over here, but it's very clean. Unlike like cheaper toys that you would see. There's no warping anywhere. And like these things stack up like this. The whole truck bed, I guess, comes apart. And it's amazing that people are still making this kind of thing in the United States. Because this is where you go overseas to do this stuff because it's way cheaper there. So that they can do this, and like this was $20, you know, so it wasn't cheap, and I'm sure they're not making the kind of margins that you would be making on like if you had this injection molded and produced in bulk in China. But look at this thing. This thing's great. I wanted to buy it just to support them. Injection, like manufacturing in the U.S. is still possible. And so this might be the direction of that I hope to see more micro manufacturing. They were telling me a little bit about the process they make them. So he mocks this stuff up. He designed this stuff and he has it output at a 3D printer, a high-end industrial one. They had a prototype of it at their table. So it has a much more finished look than your usual like your home 3D printer thing. So they're using real industrial processes or like real 3D design services rather than the you know, just completely DIYing it and you know making stuff, which is fantastic. I'm excited by it because that's the kind of thing I want to do too. Then also, what else I got? I got this thing. I need to actually email this guy. This thing's fantastic. I should do a separate video just showcasing this stuff. So this is a bottle opener. So he sculpts these shells, and then he casts them. So I guess this is lost wax molding. The mold detail's very fine. He actually even signed this one for me, so you can see his initials there, and then the date. I don't know if you can really see it in the camera, but he had a number of different things. This shell, though, and there are several of them. It's finished a different way, and then they're hand finished and hand buffed. It's gorgeous. I mean, this is like, I forget what kind of metal it is, but it's just so nice. It makes me so happy. You're just holding it. There's the right weight to it, and that it's actually useful as a bottle opener. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's just the sort of thing that you want on your desk all the time. I hope I didn't lose this card. But this was a clothing manufacturer that I saw that they had some interesting bags. Where's the card though? Hope I didn't lose it. I probably had to find the exhibit list. And then like the last thing I bought, and I bought more things than I had to stop buying things eventually. This was like, I think $40. It's made out of some sort of steel, but I mean, it's the guy that I was talking to was interesting too. He told me about something called a school of symbolism, the symbol school or something like this, which I wasn't familiar with, and I think it's a school of design philosophy. But you know, one of the last things I bought, and this I paid. I didn't really need to buy this, and I probably shouldn't have. Let's see. Was this guy something? I think his name was Joseph Sean or something like this. He makes everyday carry pens. This one is stainless steel, and it's coated to something called I think it's called phase vapor deposition, something like that. It's It's a form of coating in which that you coat an oxide layer, I think, on top of stainless steel. It's a preservation method, and you use it this is used on high-end watches, I think. And so it reacts with your oils, and you can see it's already changing color. Like the untouched inside of it is a little bit lighter colored than than the rest of it. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. It has trouble focusing on this sort of stuff. But this is an everyday carry pen. It's beautiful. It's got these lovely details. This is the inset screw, which you can put in the Fisher Space Pen writing cartridge into it. I need to move this thing because it's causing focus issues. Now the Fisher Space Pen cartridge is one of the worst writing cartridges I can think of. Apparently there's another one you can use. But the pen is designed so you can just carry it in your pocket. This is a nice heavyweight. There's a number of screws that are there. It's just enough to hold it in. There's no O-ring on it like some other designs I've seen. But everything about this pen, the weight of it, the length of it, the finishing, this is a gorgeous pen. And so you keep it in your pocket, you unscrew it, and then to make it a full length pen, you screw it on the other side. Like this, and then you've got a nice full length pen. And I have another pen that's very similar. That's in this. This is a compact one, though. This was like $120, but it's this coating. They're cheaper ones. The aluminum ones are like 50 or 60, which I would say are like a good Christmas gift. And those are nice too. They're nice and light. But this is a piece of steel that's been coated with PVD. It has a PVD coating on it, and which in itself is interesting to me. And that he makes these things here in the United States as well. He found a company that can do this work. He designed it. I guess he's an engineer, from judging by Ian Sean is his name. If you go to SeanDSGN.com, you can see the stuff he does. Modern everyday carry pens made in Massachusetts. I guess he's working on watches too. I forget what this Wolf Leather Goods place is. There's some other cards I have around. So, and he also is providing these notepads, his purchases. These are from the WritePad guys in Baltimore. And so that's like a cool thing as well. So apparently this guy does fairly well doing these small run batches of things, or it's a hobby or passion of his. Everyone that was there at this thing, they were passionate about what they were doing. There were people who were, I could probably share that. There were people who were doing things like, let me go back to camera one first. Let me see if I can pull up my photos from that day. That'll be a better way of scanning through everything. I'm blanking out here. Camera uploads. Let me go to this mode. Scroll. Yeah, so I have the habit when I go to these shows that I take pictures of everything that I'm looking at. Actually, why am I using stupid preview? Preview sucks for this kind of thing. Hello, Lightroom. Just admiring the shell again. This is beautiful. And I hope I didn't lose that guy's card, because I need to email him and ask him some more questions about what we were talking about. A lot of very principled designers I saw there. Synchronizing. Yeah, so actually while that's going on, let me go see if I can find those cards. So you want to look up his website. That shouldn't take too long. What happened to it? Hope it didn't fall out of my bag. Ugh, that's terrible. Not in this pocket. Or is this pocket? Is this pocket? I don't know where they went. They gotta be here somewhere. It looks like that's done processing though. So let's go back. It's in this. It's gotta be in that bag someplace. Maybe this bag? No, they're gone. That's upsetting. Nothing is going right today. Anyway, let's clear this off a little bit. Mysterious. Oh, I did get this thing too. This is kind of neat. There was like a sale at Barnes & Noble, and they were selling these paper blank little notebooks. This one's a little bit beat up, but because of that, it's actually kind of more interesting looking. It's got some magnetic clasp on it, and it's just like a little notebook. The surface of it seems almost metallized. So this was like, I think, this was 30% off, so this was like $9, something like that. It's like I like the pattern and the kind of weird pink wear on it, so I just wanted to have this and figure out what to do with it later. Anyway, so let's go back to screen and see if I can find the end of the pictures. Let's see. Oh, I was doing yeah, so this is like some of the... I just took a picture of these because I thought these were worth looking at. These were on sale also at Barnes & Noble. There was this Go architectural model building kit, which had a bunch of modules that you could design futuristic or modernist houses, I guess. And then there was this draw circuits thing I'd never seen before, which allows you to use a pen to do some metallic... you draw wires with the pen on a piece of paper, and you punch in these electronic components to make them do things. That just seemed kind of cool, like a cool idea. This is a pay toilet in Boston. You slide your credit card in or put a quarter in, then you can go inside. So there's this apothecary place. There's this place that made these cool bow ties out of bird feathers that were harvested from molting birds. They're like hundreds of dollars a piece. This is apothecary. Oh, this is making like skincare stuff in Maine. This place that makes these shirts. These are some really nice like shirts made out of a material that was like a wicking material that you would see in like performance sports gear, but made into nice shirts. That's Luke from Luke's Toy Factory. This guy was making these kind of these dinosaur things. You can see them over here in the corner. And they're made out of a recycled plastic, I believe. And they snap together, and because they're plastic, they flex a little bit, so they seem a little bit more alive. And this guy over here, he was like selling, these guys are out of Minnesota. Very nice ties. I saw some beautiful materials. This is a bag manufacturer that I really enjoyed. Like what they were making, they were inspired. Two sisters started this bag company. They'd grown up in Maine I think in a fishing community, and so all their bags have these fishing motifs on them. This is like a cool jewelry maker. This is a cool like fashion designer. This was a knife manufacturer, and they had this gorgeous 8-inch carbon steel chef knife there. And the guy over here, you can see in the background, he showed me like the technique for knife sharpening. That was like really cool to talk to. This guy's making cool like shirts out in Maine, kind of pricey. These are some really good garlic-based sauces, and I forgot to go back and get these before we left. But I think the creator of the sauces is an Israeli who was bringing some of these flavors from that part of the country and bringing them to the United States. These people were building like the Vortic watches. They take vintage watch movements and they recase them. So the back of them shows like the movement itself, and then the front is the original face, I think. But the case and the bands are new, and so those are really good. These are just soaps. So okay, this is the guy. I guess the email's there. See, so I can email him now because I had the presence of mind to take a picture. The beautiful sculpture work. This guy, Olaf Olsson, like a Swedish-American guy. These are like Japanese fabrics. And so this guy was like totally into these fabrics and was telling me these stories. It's a tiny little booth, but very stylish, and it caught my eye because like the materials were so beautiful. And so like he has a blog. I need to check it out. This is guys were making bandanas. Oh, this is the woman who made that this is why I wanted to know. She made these really cool folding leather cases. So I saw this thing, and it had this cool latch mechanism, and I wanted it. This is actually a clutch. I guess it's a woman's purse, or a clutch. But she made other things that were cool. This is the Sean layout. One of the things that he was making with this, he was using this process to create these multicolored pens, and he was explaining, but I didn't quite get it. But gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. Each of these is like a one of a kind. It's almost like a tie-dyed pen. This was a place that was doing knitting stuff. This was a place that was making some very, very nice cutlery. Started by a couple of jewelers with a mission to create objects that make cooking more thoughtful and joyful. Beautiful work. This is the sock lady. Those are friends. This is chicken and waffles at this restaurant I went to. And I was just taking pictures for Instagram later. So that's more. I feel a little bit better looking at that stuff. It was good to go to a place where there were people who are like really passionate about what they were making, and they were putting the effort in to create this market presence. And it wasn't this half-assed thing. These were people who were building their own personal brands, and that was inspiring to me. And that really, more than anything I can think of in the past like several years, has kind of woken me up to like, this is a community that I want to be part of. I don't want to be just like kind of on the edges, like half-assing my way through making my downloadable forms and stuff like that. I want to make something that stands for something. And this is the first time I think I've been into a place where I see all people like this, and I see the evidence of their work. And it's very exciting. So, with that, it's probably good I looked at that, because now I kind of have a renewed sense of purpose. Today I did not have it this morning, going to sleep and just being irritated by all these tiny things. But now I have a renewed sense of direction, and I'm still going to take the rest of the day off and try to recover tomorrow. What I want to try to do is get up early tomorrow. So what I might do is just go to sleep right now and sleep as much as I can until I can't stand it anymore and wake up, and then do it again the next day. If I can do it usually one day in a row, but it will usually collapse if I'm not on top of it. So I need to really be disciplined about this going to sleep at a reasonable hour time, but just haven't been able to do it for quite some time, and it's really kind of done a number on me. So for the best. So if all goes to plan, I'll be streaming tomorrow morning bright and early with a much better attitude, and we'll see what happens. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.